Hey everybody, welcome Team Shine.
Hello.
We're super excited to see you all. Well, of course we can't see you. We're super excited to be here with you. Thanks for opening up your evening to us. We've got some exciting stuff to go over tonight. But first off, we want to welcome all of our newbies. We're so excited that you're here.
Best decision ever.
Woohoo! Our first Hawaii ambassador, Kelly Tisnick. We're so excited. Martha Woodley, Ann Kroll, Susie Elson, and just tonight, Trish Seib. We are excited for you guys.
Woo.
Thank you so much for joining us on this journey. Super, super excited. So if you recall, about 2 weeks ago, we ran a little contest and we asked you guys to go ahead and drop your why and your list of 100 over on the Team Shine page underneath the Team Challenge. And we have a lot of people on this team. We have a lot of people watching these calls. And only 2 people took the challenge.
Oh, man.
So it will be a 50-50 shot tonight, ladies. So we have Janelle Springer.
Yep.
And Jen Venata. So,
Woo.
drum roll. Do, 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 do.
You want to pick?
No, you pick. Reach in.
Okay. And the winner is?
The winner is Jen Venata.
Woo.
You get a beautiful little Plexus tote bag that you can show off when you go shopping.
So people aren't saying, oh, echoing. Hopefully it's not echoing anymore, however, because I did just lower the volume.
Okay. So maybe we should talk a little softer. We're super excited. I have to contain myself.
Oh, it's corrected now. Okay. So now we know why it was echoing before.
Good.
We're figuring this out, ladies. Well, men and women. So we just appreciate you letting us.
Patience.
Yes.
Thank you.
See, everyone can do this.
You just need about 3, 4, 5 tries to perfect it, and then you get there.
Yes.
So, yes, I really would encourage everybody to participate in our team challenges. And if you have not come up with your why, your dream board, guys, it is so super important to know, why the heck are we doing this? Is it to pay for my kids' private school education, for dance lessons? Is it just to pay for my products? Or is it to build a nest egg, a retirement fund for you and your spouse? Is it to get out of debt, pay for college for your kids? Just creating a dream board and a real visual of why are you doing this? Because there are some days, I don't know about you, Claire, but I bang my head up against the wall and I say, why am I doing this? This is crazy. Some days I think about that. And I look at that dream board and it just reminds me of exactly why I'm doing this. To set up some financial security for my hubby and I, to be able to give extravagantly, travel the world. You know, God created this beautiful earth. And I really think he wants us to enjoy it and go see it and experience it and help people in other lands. And so also, the list of 100, just super, super important to jog your memory of, oh yeah, that could be a good person, or that could be somebody that I can reach out to. Oh, little story I'm going to share with you guys. So my husband and I were at Crabtree Valley Mall the other day doing a little early Christmas shopping. And I was on the phone with customer service, and I was standing back from the Hickory Farms counter that they put out in the middle, that little kiosk at Christmas time. And so I'm standing on the phone and I'm on hold, and my husband's looking at some items for my 88-year-old father. Yes, those are the people that like Hickory Farms goodies. And I was watching the girl at the front desk, the cashier girl. She was in her 20s, super, super cute, really good customer service. And so I finally got off the phone and went over there, and she was showing me all the different cheeses and meats and mustards and all that stuff, and she knew her stuff. And so she had a little name tag on. I said, so Nicole, let me ask you, do you do anything else, or is this your full-time gig? And she said, oh gosh, no, I've been doing this for 15 years and I just graduated college and I'm trying to find out what I'm going to do. And I was like, oh, I know what you could do, Nicole. So I let her know real briefly that I have this amazing team of people, and we are promoting, marketing this phenomenal supplement and wellness line. And I said, I'm always looking for super sharp, cute people to join my team. Would you like me to send you some information? I think you'd be great. And boom, she was so excited to write down her email address and Facebook name. So just be bold. Some people are searching for something, and they're searching for somebody to believe in them and say, hey, you could rock this. So I just encourage you guys. That list of 100 doesn't even have to be 100 people that you know personally. Just the receptionist at the orthodontist office is super cute. So yeah, just keep that in mind. Okay. We are going to go into talking about...
Should we do the November challenge?
Of course.
Okay. Okay. So the challenge that we're going to have now is we are going to tie into the challenge that Plexus is doing for all of us for November, which is fabulous. I mean, since I've been in this business since July, they haven't done anything like this, and I've actually heard some of the diamonds say that, so this does not come around very often. And this is, well, actually, I guess I can try to show the visual. No, forget it. We're going to go ahead.
We don't want to mess anything up.
I don't want to get a little too tricky. We're going to repost the image, though, on our team page. But if you remember, it is a way that in November, by the end of November, how many new customers we add, new ambassadors that we add, and our total PV for a very nice additional bonus. And it goes all the way up to 8 new customers. This is either retail or preferred. 8 new ambassadors, a PV of $1,500, and that gives an extra $1,000.
Crazy.
I know. And what's great is that for your 8, and this is again the top level, there's 2, 3, 5, and 8. But for your new customers, there's not even a minimum order. So I know some of you actually jumped into what Jamie's doing for us, that 7-day challenge starting next week, where they can do a trial. It was either $24.95 or $29.95, depending on which pack they did. So those folks count as your new customers. And what's great is when they're done, I'm sure they're going to love, and they're either going to become a preferred customer or a brand new ambassador. So someone like that actually did the challenge and counts as one of your new, let's say 8, right? One of your new 8 customers, and then they upgrade and sign up actually as an ambassador. The company's allowing us to double dip. So for me, I'm like, oh my gosh, 8 and 8, it seems so doable. And Jamie actually also posted that they're going to be doing another one that's going to start the Monday after Thanksgiving. And so if you missed the boat on that, don't worry. But 8 customers, 8 ambassadors. So again, it seems so doable, yet it's going to require us to be bold this month and actually reach out to people this month. So an example, there was 4 people today that I was continuing to be bold and sent audio Facebook messages and just let them know why they were on my heart and mind about this business. And I went ahead and sent that out, and then I'll tell you how they went into my follow-up system, because that's going to be what we're going to be talking about today. But it's also going to require you utilizing your upline for some 3-way calls. We've got, what else we have going on this month? We've got next week, next Tuesday, we have our virtual online Plexus event that Jill and I do every other Tuesday. So that's a great way for you to let people know about what's going on with the fabulous supplements in the business. We've got that.
And then can I just say something about
yes, please.
I don't know if anybody can see that. It's kind of whited out. But okay, in addition, over here to this $1,000, for all of you newbies, if you go silver in November, that's an additional $100. You get a $100 bonus for going silver. So what does that mean? That means 3 ambassadors. So even if you did it at this level, the number 3 ambassadors right there, you'd go silver and you'd have another $100 right there. That's huge.
It is. So what we love for you to do is be thinking about what level here, 2, 3, 5, or 8 you're committing to, and you're boldly going to say, I'm going to do this, and it's done. And I'd love for you guys to post on our team page, and then get with your upline and let them help you make that happen. Like, what activity would be required? And then I know you also posted a video today that is it Melissa? Let me just make sure one of you is not texting me.
Yeah.
No, okay.
Melissa Eichenhorst.
Mm-hmm. Yep. So she posted too, like how to do that, how to get to that 8 and 8 level. So, and like Jill said, that $1,000, that's just extra. That's just beyond everything that they would be paying you for your customers and your ambassadors and team building bonuses and promotion bonuses. And so,
and didn't you run the math?
I did.
Separately. So that was $1,000 in your regular commission and then $1,000 in a bonus.
Mm-hmm.
So that could be a really, really nice November for somebody. What a great way to head into the holidays with $2,000 in your pocket.
Mm-hmm. So let's do it. Who else is going to do 8 and 8? Come on.
You guys can do it. We believe in you.
Yes.
You have to believe in yourselves that this is so doable. I can totally do it. Just say that every morning when you look in the mirror and say, I am a Diamond Ambassador with Plexus Worldwide.
Absolutely. So as you're getting these new customers and these new ambassadors, it's really important that we follow up, right? So once we work so hard to get a customer, we don't want them to just start and try the products and then they never hear from us again, right? Or an ambassador, their first 30 months, their first 60 days is so important to their success. So let's talk a little bit about follow-up tonight, and specifically from the customer perspective.
So Claire and I were talking about, real customer service, and specifically about when it comes to how folks are doing on the products, and are they struggling? Are they having any detox issues? So I wanted to go over some of that with you, because a lot of, not a lot, but some concerns come up with folks. And I always say to people that detoxing and getting healthy, which this is a health system. It's kind of like saying goodbye to an old or a toxic relationship. You have to let it go, but sometimes it hurts. And so I say to folks, it's really important. The best defense is a strong offense. And I will say, now, getting healthy is a process, and some things may come up, and so I just wanted to make you aware of them. And so we all know about the Candida die-off symptoms. Also, detoxing could include headaches. A lot of this system, a lot of these components within these products are anti-inflammatories. Alpha lipoic acid in the Slim is a detoxifier. I've used it in my practice as a heavy metal puller. So that could cause headaches for people in the beginning. And I don't scare anyone, and I say, these things may not happen to you at all. So, but I just like to make you aware of it, that these could happen. So on the Diamonds, the Destined for Diamond.com, huge, incredible website that we built for you. There's a customer service tab, and underneath that there are emails. Week 1, this is what you should send to somebody. Week 2, this is what you should send to somebody. So just that continual education, that continual follow-up with your people really helps them to stay engaged, that you are there, you care about them. And so just do a copy and paste of those emails and utilize that. That is a wonderful, wonderful resource for you. Also, the probiotic. What were we talking about before we came on air with the probiotic?
Sort of how many.
Oh, right.
Adjusting.
So when I'm speaking with a new customer or a new ambassador who is just in it for the wholesale pricing, I'll ask them, well, do you have any particular issues or concerns that you can share with me so that I can lead you in the right direction with the products? I know that for about 95% of our customers, we just take them straight to the triplex, which is great because it's so effective and it does so many things. But I do like to ask folks, what's your primary goal? And we need to listen to our customers. If it's just, I don't care about getting healthy, I don't care about anything, I just want to lose some weight, I may start them off with Slim and Block. And coming to the holiday season here, I want you guys to understand the power of Block. I just started using it about a week ago. Holy cannoli.
Saying it was the unsung hero. That's what she was saying, and it's so true.
It is fabulous. I wasn't hungry for like 3 days, and so I knew that that wasn't great. I was probably taking a little bit too much, but I'd encourage you guys to experiment with Block. The white kidney bean extract in there really satisfies your hunger and kind of fills you up a little bit before a meal. And how it blocks the sugars and starches before that they get absorbed. So we're coming into super duper carb load season here. If people had that arsenal of Block with them, I mean, I would take 1 capsule before lunch and one before dinner. And I don't think you're going to be going back for seconds at all. You'll barely be able to finish what's on your plate. It definitely curbs your appetite in a big way. So if people have just overeating issues or folks just want to lose some weight, Block is the unsung hero, definitely. And then with regards to dosage and the ProBio 5, so a lot of folks are confused about, do I start with 2? Do I start with 3? Do I start with 4? And again, it's very individual. So if folks have expressed to me that they have a lot of GI issues going on, if they have some kind of skin condition going on, if they have an autoimmune condition, this is why I ask them, do you mind me asking what your goals are or what you're struggling with so that I can steer you in the right direction? I ask those questions right at the beginning so that I can also help them with dosing. For most, I think it's okay just to do your 2 before bedtime, unless of course you're like me and it keeps you up at night. Then you can have 2 in the morning on an empty stomach. But if folks have some kind of lingering issues, they need to go ahead and start with 2, then go to 3, and then go to 4, and stay there for a little bit and then work your way backwards and taper back. But for just maintenance, 2 is perfect, in my opinion. So those questions in the beginning really do help you. And then we have to know what to do with the answers to those questions. And how do we keep track of all these people? And take it away. Your ingenious system.
Thank you. And I just want to add to a couple things that Jill said, because I know that not everyone has the health background that Jill does, right? So these things that just come second nature. Some of you might be freaking out like I was freaking out originally, being like, oh my gosh, what if the customer does tell me they're having a headache or the products aren't working? And so a couple of things there, like Jill mentioned, we have that whole customer service tab, and utilize that to make sure that you are following up and touching base consistently, because it's better that you know that they're having a headache, because a lot of times people are not going to tell you. So when you're doing that, you're doing your job. And we do not want a lot of folks out there saying that the Plexus supplements didn't work.
Yes.
Because normally if they didn't work, it's because maybe they were on the wrong dose, or they weren't consistent, they weren't drinking their water. We could have tweaked things up for them. It's going to do more harm than good if we don't follow up consistently. And don't freak out if they reply back, actually I had they message you back, I've been having a headache. If you're new and you don't know how to reply back to that, that's what Team Shine is all about, having that Facebook page. And I'd even encourage you do that than necessarily going directly to your upline through a personal message, if it makes sense, because you have that question and then other people are going to be able to learn from the response. So I think the more that we can ask those types of questions on our Team Shine page, I feel like the better. And okay, so let's talk about follow-up. So you have a brand new customer, yay, preferred triplex. So now how are you going to remember to be following up with them? How are you going to remember, okay, they ordered today, so they're probably going to get their products in 5 days, or let me follow up with them in 2 weeks to see, or in a week to see about, how are they feeling? Are they having these detox symptoms? Now, there's lots of different follow-up systems to do. The most important is that you have one. They all work, whether it's pen and paper, whether it's a calendar, whether it's a spreadsheet, whether it's what I'm going to show you, they all work. but they only work if we actually use them to remind us to do the follow-up. So a lot of times it's a personal preference, but I've pulled out my old school system here, and it is actually a card box. So you could just buy a basic card box at Office Max or Staples, or you can even just get everything online through Amazon. And the supplies would be, this is old time Tickler. If you know what Tickler is let me get it off of my mind, because my memory will be jogged when the time is right. Like if I don't need to think about following up with someone until next week, you get it off your mind and you know that next week you'll be reminded. So here are the tools. I would recommend that you have these dividers for the days of the month. So 1 through 31, that's one packet. It'll be 1 through 31. That you get a packet that is the months, so January through December, and that you get a third packet that is alphabetical, A through Z. Okay? So 1 through 31, the days of the month, the actual month, and then the letters A through Z. And then I actually have 3 separate color index cards. And there's no rhyme or reason, but I have pink as my customers, blue are my leads, and purple are my ambassadors. So if you get a brand new customer, great. What are you going to do? What I will do is I'll pull out a brand new card and then just get that customer information started. What's their name? Are they retail or preferred? What's the date of their first order? I might even want personal information here just in case for some reason you're ever, like let's say you're working from a coffee shop and you just quickly want to be able to give them a call, or so I actually do write down their address and their phone number, but whatever information you want. So you're going to be doing this on day 1. So I'll be doing what? I'll be sending out the welcome email, and then I'm going to want a tickler from about 5 days from now. Let's forget about all the shipping issues. From 5 days from now, just to check in, they should have gotten the products, remind them how to use it. So then what would I do is I would figure out, okay, 5 days from now, actually one thing that I do is, because I don't do my major follow-up on the weekends, this, I would take out the days of Saturday and Sunday, and that's why these numbers are back here, is because I'm not following up on Saturday or Sunday. So 5 days from now would be whatever date. I don't know what it is. And I would just go ahead and put them behind, let's just say it's the 13th. I would put them behind the 13th, because then when it's the 13th and I'm sitting down to work, I'll pull out all of my cards of who to follow up with, and I'll take care of that follow-up. And then what would I do with that card after I follow up? I will always ask myself, okay, when's the next time I want to be reminded? When's the next situation when I might need to follow up with this person? So maybe initially it's weekly, and then once the customer has been on the products for a couple of months, 2 or 3 months, it might not be that you follow up with them just monthly, just checking in. And of course, follow-up's going to happen in between, right? They might email you or message you, or so when you pull that card, and if you're like, oh, I just talked with them like yesterday, you don't need to follow up then. You could just again say, when's the next time that I want to be reminded to follow up with this individual? So that's what I have here for customers, leads, and ambassadors. So you might be thinking about ambassadors. Think of an ambassador as the same as a customer, right? Because you're going to be following up with them initially based on their products. And then leads. So I just gave an example of how I followed up with an audio Facebook message to 4 folks. So what did I do? I created a new card for them, their name, and what did I do today? That I sent them a Facebook audio message, that I sent them whatever testimonial. And then I've asked myself, okay, when's the next time to follow or drip on them? For me, in these for these 4 people, it wasn't until another 2 weeks. 2 weeks, because I'm just dripping on them. So that is this system. What question do you think people might have?
Genius. Genius, genius.
Okay.
So tomorrow will be the 9th. These are the folks that she's going to follow up with tomorrow. The 10th, she's going to follow up with these people, and on and on and on. So that it's no longer a guessing game of sitting at your desk, what am I going to do today? And that also brings us to time management, and what are you going to do Or are we going to talk about that next time?
Yeah, we're going to talk about that next time. So this is really important, ladies. Not only is it important to men and women, I'm sorry. I'm so used to saying ladies. Folks. It's really twofold. I mean, first of all, we want to make sure that our customers have a phenomenal experience and that our ambassadors have a phenomenal start, right? So that's real important, that we're just treating this business like a professional. And the second thing is really for us, because as I was telling Jill before, we don't want things like in our minds being like, oh my gosh, I haven't followed up with so-and-so like forever. And as we get more customers and ambassadors, that could happen, right? And we don't ever want to stress about this business. So just get it off of your mind. Know that you're going to follow up with that person or be flagged, right? That's what it's a tickler. It's supposed to tickle your mind being like, so we just want to take the stress out of it. So let me just see if I missed anything. Again, remember what you're going to purchase would be the days of the month, 1 through 31, the month, so January, February, March. Letters, oh, I didn't mention letters. So the letters back here, so let's just say that we do have a customer that goes inactive. They just want to stop, or an ambassador that just stops. I would then go ahead and file their name here. And you decide if you want to file them by their first name or their last name. But why would you do that? I mean, sometimes these people are going to become active again, or this could be a great place to go when you are looking to see, okay, are there any customers that we have this brand new product, this brand new supplement that I think could be perfect for them, and they might be interested in getting started again. Or you know that ambassador was just going through a tough time, you know, those 6 months, and maybe their life has changed and you can follow back up. You've already done so much work getting these customers and ambassadors, and they obviously were intrigued by the supplements or the business. So that's why I have A through Z there. And then again, you can think about how many color index cards. So again, I just have 3, 1 for leads, 1 for customers, and 1 for ambassadors. I don't create a lead for everyone that's on my 100 list. My 100 list is just my tickler being like, okay, who of these people am I going to actually actively reach out to now? And once I actively reach out to, where I give them a phone call, or I send them an email, or I send them a Facebook message, that's when then I would create an actual lead card. And so again, it allows us to follow up with our leads consistently, because how many drips is it going to take for somebody to actually say yes?
7.
Yes. And we're just going to forget. What do most people do? They follow up just once, maybe twice. And as you've always heard, the fortune is in the follow-up. So again, let's just not stress about remembering to follow up with these people. Let's do it like a professional, and let's let this card box or whatever system that you choose do the hard work for us, which is remembering.
And if I can just add that with follow-up, I follow up with people until they tell me go away or until they say no. I think that's really important. If it's like crickets out there and they never respond, the next month I just follow up with them again. Hey, it's Jill again with your monthly Plexus stocking. Just wanted to let you know you're still on my mind. I haven't given up on you because I think you would rock this business out of the park. Here's another Diamond documentary. Here's another earnings chart. Here's another testimony. Just something new to keep them engaged. And I've had a few folks say, thank you for thinking of me. This is not the right time for me. This is not the right product for me. But I really appreciate you reaching out. Great. So I'm not going to continue to follow up with them. They've already told me that they're not interested. But the people who are just silent, you haven't told me to go away, so you're obviously maybe a stalker. You still want me to send you stuff. So
yes,
send it.
Absolutely. I'm trying to think if there's anything else. I think that's it. So again, treating your ambassadors like new customers in the beginning is really, really important. One thing I am going to be adding, I was telling Jill we could probably have an updated version of this in a couple of months once we flesh through our systems a bit more. But one thing I am going to do is I'm going to have like these pre-done labels. So when it's a new ambassador, I'm just going to go ahead and be able to stick this label on it, which will already have sort of a checklist of things to do. Like I do want to start sending out either a handwritten card or a card through send out cards with every new customer, every new ambassador, even levels deep, right? Not just level 1. So I haven't done that yet, but I can imagine this process just getting even more and more streamlined, and you just check it off. Yep, I did it, and the date. And again, getting these things off of our mind. And when we treat this business like a professional, not only is it going to be a thorough success, but we're going to be really stand out, because so many people don't treat a business like this like a professional.
Very true. Yeah. And when it really is what you put into it is what you get out of it, guys. So just let us know what your dreams and goals are, and we will do everything in our power to help you get there. So we'll see you in 2 weeks, guys. Go make this the November to remember.
Woo!
Woo!
8, 8, 8, and 8. All right. Bye, everyone.